We're here with Lisa Kraai, playing Lynn in our upcoming production of Apple. Hi, Lisa.
Hi.
Lisa, we just wanted to ask you a little bit about the process. What drew you to this script?
What drew me to this script is that it is different, really, from any other show that I've ever done. I like the way that it kind of flows, and you feel like you're just not watching, it's just a straight play. It's more like you're in a kind of a dream world or a fantasy, or things don't always quite fit together and make perfect sense, but they kind of flow in and out of reality in this kind of dreamlike world. So it just kind of makes you wonder what's going on in these people's heads. And I like it that it's not just realistic, life, but what's really going on in these people's minds.
Well, why did you decide to audition for the show?
I loved the challenge of playing Lynn. She's such a different character, again, from any other show that I've ever done, and I thought this would be a really good acting challenge. It's a great acting piece for all three roles, and so I just really wanted to take that on and stretch and grow myself as an actress and do something different than I've ever done before.
How have you incorporated sort of like yourself into the character that you're playing?
It's been really hard because I've had to find kind of my inner bitch, I guess to say. And of course, there are people, that I can model the character on, but, I just had to find kind of that strength in myself and just find her courage and her strength and her drive and just put it all out there. And she doesn't care what people think about her. She's going to say what she wants. She wants to be in the position of power, and she just has that confidence. And so I just had to find that in myself and then bring that out.
How is she like you?
Really? I was thinking about that, and the one way that she is like me is that she has been married a long time, and I have been married a long time, almost 20 years, and so
Wow.
I can relate to sometimes in a marriage things get familiar and not quite as exciting, and little things grate on each other, and you really learn how to push another person's buttons. And so I can really relate to that part of her. Thankfully, I have a better relationship with my husband than Lynn does with
we
him.
thought so after maybe staying with them 20 years.
Yeah.
What has been the biggest challenge?
The biggest challenge. Well, like I said, trying to find the courage to say things in a way to my onstage husband that I would never say to anybody really in real life, just because that's not my personality. But also the challenge of playing a person with breast cancer, because that's a very sensitive subject, and thankfully in my family I haven't had anyone who has dealt with breast cancer, but I've had friends who have dealt with breast cancer and have survived, thankfully, and I look to them for guidance and strength in finding out how to play this character. What does that look like to be on chemotherapy, and what does that feel like, and to be realistic in that so that it's believable, that I am playing this woman who is struggling with breast cancer.
And what's your favorite part of the story?
My favorite part, I really feel that this is a play about forgiveness. And I love the moments where there are so many moments where someone can just turn around and walk out, and instead they decide to stay and they're going to fight it. Whatever it is, they're going to fight the breast cancer, they're going to fight the relationship somehow, whether it's staying in the relationship or leaving the relationship, but there's just this thread of forgiveness that runs through it.
They tough it out.
Yeah.
Well, one last question. What do you hope that the audience takes away from the show?
I hope that the audience goes away with a sense of hope. There are a lot of heavy things that are dealt with in the play, and it might be a little uncomfortable, which is good. As an audience member, sometimes I like to feel a little uncomfortable. But I think if they could go away with a sense of hope, that would be, I think we would have done our job well.
Wonderful. Thank you, Lisa, for taking the time to talk to us.
You're welcome.
Happy opening.
Thank you, Paul.